Okay.
Yeah, it's not clear, but
Yeah. Bleddyn Mon, sailor with INEOS Britannia. Another day of tow testing here in Palma. What were your objectives when you started out today?
Yeah, obviously our second day out here on the water, so we've got a long list of commissioning items to kind of get through to make sure we're happy with how this boat is behaving. So that was the main aim for us out there on the water today.
Can you give me an example of just maybe one of those, just to give people an idea of what a commissioning item is?
Yeah, obviously at the moment we've got no sails up, so it's just the foils and the rudders in the water. So it's making sure the hydraulic systems for those are working correctly, and as sailors and I guess engineers following as well, everybody's kind of happy with how the boat is performing.
And we saw a very long run straight off the bat today. You came out of the harbour, popped up on the foils and went almost completely across the bay, almost out of the bay. That must have been quite satisfying.
Yeah, obviously it's nice kind of getting these boats up and foiling. That's what they're designed for, so kind of being able to do that straight out of the harbour here was very nice. And we got straight into testing, which obviously from an efficiency point of view is good for us.
Tell me where you were on the boat and what you were doing, what your role was today.
Yeah, so I was on the port side today, so one of the people helping to fly the boat.
And when you're out there on the water, there must be lots of comms going on in your head. What's the kind of circle of communication? Who's saying what?
Yeah, on these boats, obviously, we're all wearing comms units. On board, we can all talk to each other, but also it allows us to communicate with the chase boats. And obviously that's where kind of the smart guys, the engineers are, giving us the feedback and also explaining what the next step is in the test procedure.
And we saw you raising and lowering the foils quite a lot towards the end of the session, and then there seemed to be an issue with the port foil. What can you tell us about that?
Yeah, as I say, there's a lot of commissioning going on out there today. These foils are incredibly complex. So yeah, we were testing them out there, doing some raises, doing some drops. I guess just making sure that we're comfortable for going sailing.
And the port foil, was there an issue with that foil?
I mean, we were obviously a little bit concerned with something on that port foil. Obviously that needs to be checked now that we're back on land and get it in the shed. But we kind of wanted to conserve our assets and get it in safely, so that's why we left it up in the air.
We picked up maybe on the camera on one of Hugo's long shots, maybe some tape had come off on just, it looked fairly superficial. Did you spot that?
Yeah, I mean, as I say, there's lots of features to these foils, which they're all testing items. We're kind of making sure that anything that we kind of spot on the water doesn't kind of affect the testing that we're trying to do. And then obviously once we get it ashore, we'll have a look and see if anything needs fixed.
Based on what you know, do you expect to be on the water tomorrow?
At the moment, I honestly have no idea. Obviously, we were kept on shore for a few days last week with the weather, so I will stand by and wait until I'm told.